we're going to take a look at your roster for your organization. So if you navigate to your organization's homepage, you'll see here where there is a sampling of your roster right here on the homepage. And if I wanted to view the full roster, I can click on this View Full Roster button on the right-hand side. So now I can see our primary contact, the officers, and the members within the organization. All right. If I want to edit the roster, if I want to add or remove members from that, the way to do that is by going back to my organization's homepage and using this Manage Organization button in the upper right-hand corner, which will bring us to our organization's Action Center. This button is available for anyone who is listed on your roster as President, Vice President, Treasurer, Secretary, or Officer. So if I click on there, I go to our organization's Action Center, and to get my menu, I'm going to use this 3-line icon on the left-hand side. I'm going to go down and select Roster. And you'll see here where I now have a bunch of administrative options for our organization's roster. To add members, that can be done in one of two ways. The most common way is for officers to invite people to join the organization by using this blue Invite People button in the upper right-hand corner. So if I click on this button, I can then invite people to join the organization. I can do that by adding them one at a time, or I could add a group of people at the same time. You want to make sure when you're adding their email addresses, you're using their official university email. iMails and Umail addresses are not recognized by the system. If you're not sure of someone's email address, you can go to the Indiana University address book, which is found here at people.iu.edu. You can type in their username, or if you have their Umail address, you can type that in here. You click on their name, and then you see their email listed here. The email that is going to be listed in the address book is going to be the email that is recognized by the system. So I can go ahead and put the email in here. If I had multiple people, I could put both of them in here, and I'm going to click Add the email addresses. And you'll see here where it then says the invitations will be sent, and it asks me to invite them into which position. So if I'm uploading a group of people and they're all members, I would just select member. If I'm uploading one person and it's going to be the president, I could select president. And I'm going to click Send Invitation. And you'll notice here that it says the invitations were not successfully sent. And in this case, it's because I've already sent these people invitations. So you'll want to pay attention to this pop up here. If you see that the invitations were not sent, you want to look into that. If it says they were successfully sent, that means that beINvolved sent an email to the members that you listed and said that you invited them to become a member of the organization. In that email, they were provided a link. They'll need to click on that link and accept their invitation before they are listed on your roster. If you want to see who has accepted and who hasn't, the way to do that is by using this Pending tab here on your Manage Roster page. If you go into Pending, you can see the invitations that were sent and when they were sent. If you'd like to resend the invitations, you can click on as many people as you'd like and resend the invitation. If you'd like to delete their invitation because it's been a while, or maybe they're no longer a student at the university, you can delete their invitation here. If you see someone who appears instead of their initials or profile picture, it says you, and then instead of their name, it lists their email address, there may be something wrong with the way that their email address was entered. Again, please remember that Umail addresses are not recognized by the system. So chances are, if it's showing that UU, which stands for unrecognized user, chances are they did not get that invitation, and you're going to want to take a look into why that happened. The second way to add someone to the roster is actually having the member request to be added to your roster. So if I navigate to the homepage of an organization for which I'm not a member, you'll see this blue Join Organization button on their homepage. If I were to click this, it would send, again, the president, vice president, treasurer, secretary, and officer of the organization a message saying that I want to join their organization. If I were to receive one of those messages from my organization, I would come in here and click on this Perspective tab. Again, I'm still on this Manage Roster page. And it would list anyone, and you'll see here this organization doesn't have any requests at this point, but it would list their name, and then there would be an approve or deny button here. And I could approve or deny their membership. If I approve them, they'll instantly be listed on my roster. If I deny them, obviously they will not. So that's another really great way to add people to the roster, is by having them requested and then having your president, vice president, treasurer, secretary, or officer go in and approve it. If I need to remove someone from my roster, it's very simple. I would navigate to them, click the box next to their name, and I would come up here and click End Membership. And then it's going to ask me if I really want to end their membership because they would lose their permissions within the page and things like that. If I click End Membership, it will proceed and it will remove them from our roster. And I don't actually want to end anyone's membership today, so I'm going to cancel. But if I did click End Membership, you would see that Emily would be removed from our membership listing. So that is how you go about adding and removing members from your roster.